Are you ready for Apple's boldest leap yet? The iPhone 17 Pro Max isn't just another yearly refresh, it's Apple rewriting the entire playbook. Forget the usual cycle of a slightly better camera and a faster chip. In 2025, Apple wants us to see the Pro Max as something bigger. Something that doesn't just compete with Samsung, Google, or Xiaomi, but instead pushes the very limits of what we thought a smartphone could be. And this year's Max isn't just a bigger Pro, it's an entirely new class of device. Apple's September events are always headline makers. But when the iPhone 17 Pro Max took the stage, the atmosphere felt different. This wasn't just another shiny iPhone reveal, it was a statement. Apple rolled out its four-model lineup as usual: the iPhone 17, 17 Plus, 17 Pro, and the crown jewel, the 17 Pro Max. But here's the twist. For the first time ever, the Pro Max isn't simply a Pro and XL. Apple drew a bold line between the Pro and Pro Max, reserving some of its most daring features exclusively for the Max. In other words, the Pro Max isn't a size upgrade anymore. It's Apple's experimental flagship, their laboratory of innovation packed into titanium and glass. And if you thought the iPhone was just a smartphone, Apple wants you to think again. They're aiming this device at gamers, professionals, and creators groups who normally rely on consoles, laptops, or high-end cameras. In fact, one of the most surprising parts of the announcement was Apple finally embracing gaming as a core identity. For years, iPhones were great at running mobile games, but never marketed as gaming-first devices. With the 17 Pro Max, Apple is openly targeting the massive gaming market bigger, by the way, than movies and music combined. Imagine pulling out your phone and running console-quality games without frame drops. Thanks to the new vapor chamber cooling system, that's the kind of leap we're talking about. But Apple didn't stop at performance. The iPhone 17 Pro Max introduces a completely redesigned camera island. Gone is the predictable square bump. We now have a layout that makes room for serious hardware, including a rumored 8x optical zoom moving lens. That's not just for better Instagram shots. We're talking filmmaker-level footage straight from your pocket. Combine that with a new Sony 50MP primary sensor and even 8K HDR video recording, and you start to see why creators might actually replace dedicated cameras with this phone. For vloggers and YouTubers, this isn't just a phone, it's a studio in your hand. Under the hood, the iPhone 17 Pro Max runs on Apple's new A19 Pro Bionic chip with an MCR's-inspired GPU translation. This thing isn't just fast. It's a pocket-sized powerhouse that outpaces not only its Android flagships, but even handheld gaming consoles. Apple is finally giving us massive memory options, to up to 24 gigabytes of RAM and storage all the way up to 2 terabytes. That's enough to store a Hollywood film library or edit 8K video files on the go. Honestly, that's more storage than my first laptop, and I'm not sure if I should be impressed or slightly embarrassed. The display also got a serious globe. A Super Retina XDR panel? Pushing 2000 nits of brightness means you'll actually be able to read your texts under the midday sun without doing the awkward handshake dance. Bezels are slimmer. The aerospace-grade titanium frame adds durability, and the battery. A rumored 5,000 plus mAh, largest in iPhone history. Combine that with new 66W fast charging, and for once, your Android-using friends can't roast you about iPhone charging too slow, of course. All this wizardry doesn't come cheap. Reports suggest the iPhone 17 Pro Max will start at $1,299. The top-end 2 terabytes version creeping up to around $1,999. That's laptop money. But Apple isn't just selling a phone here. They're positioning the Pro Max as a luxury flagship, like a supercar that showcases the company's best engineering. And funny enough, Samsung and Huawei already paved the way with foldables costing $1,800 plus. So Apple's pricing might not feel as wild as it sounds. Painful? Yes, but shocking? Not anymore. And as always, Apple's timing is perfect. September releases lock in the holiday season buzz, ensuring the iPhone dominates headlines just as wallets start opening. Samsung might launch the Galaxy S25 Ultra earlier, and Google may show off the Pixel 10 Pro later, but Apple sets the tone in September, and the rest of the industry dances to that beat. So what's the takeaway? The iPhone 17 Pro Max isn't just another iPhone, it's Apple drawing a new line in the sand. A device built not just for everyday users, but for professionals, gamers, and creators who demand the absolute best. Yes, it's expensive. Yes, it's ambitious. But it's also Apple's clearest sign yet that the smartphone is evolving into something far greater than a communication device. It's becoming an all-in-one tool for work, play, and creativity. Now, I'd love to hear your thoughts. Do you think the iPhone 17 Pro Max justifies its price tag? Or is Apple pushing too far? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. I'll be reading them. And if you found this deep dive useful, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe for more tech breakdowns, and check out the videos linked on the end screen for more on Apple's 2025 lineup. Until next time, stay curious and stay ahead.